Just to put a finer point on Sean's question, Matt, do you guys believe that Israel has gotten to a point in its offensive against Hezbollah that they should accept a diplomatic resolution at this point? Have they achieved their strategic aims, as you guys say, they have in Gaza?
I am not going to get into private diplomatic conversations. They have made a significant progress in striking Hezbollah sites along the border, in clearing out Hezbollah infrastructure along the border, in forcing Hezbollah forces along the border to pull back, and we will be engaging with them privately about what we see as the path forward.
And do you have any comments on the reports about the contours of this proposal 60-day ceasefire that the U.S. is set to put on the table?
I don't. I know there are a number of reports out there, but I don't want to confirm or comment on them publicly.
And then I have more questions on Gaza. I don't know if anyone has more on Lebanon.
I just have a few on Lebanon. So on this ceasefire versus diplomatic resolution, the United States is not calling for an immediate ceasefire right now, but would you welcome a ceasefire if one is struck like in a few days? I'm just trying to understand.
We want to get to the point where we have a ceasefire and a diplomatic resolution. We are not calling for one right now. What we are trying to do is structure such a diplomatic resolution with all of the relevant parties. That's the diplomatic work that we have been engaged in. We're not there yet, but we're working to get there.
If it takes you another month to get there, is the United States okay with Israel bombing and continuing its ground invasion in Lebanon for another month?
I'm not going to get into hypothetical. We're working on finding a resolution that fully implements 1701.
United States thinks that Israel has, I can't remember the exact word you used, but Israel has made a lot of achievements in terms of degrading Hezbollah in Lebanon. What is Israel telling you in terms of achieving their military objectives?
Now, I am not going to speak for them. I will let them speak publicly for themselves, and in terms of what they have told us privately, I think it's obviously appropriate that I keep those comments private.
Would you say you have agreement with the Israeli government on this, whether or not how long more this military operation should continue?
We have ongoing conversations with them about what a diplomatic resolution can look like and what it should look like. And those conversations are ongoing. I should point out, not just with the government of Israel, but also with the government of Lebanon. But I'm not going to read those out publicly.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of on Gaza, but you can come back to me. When will this plan that you guys are trying to craft on the implementation of 1701, is that going to include an article or an element that will allow Israel to intervene if it felt its security is threatened?
I think you know what the answer to that question is going to be, which is that I'm not going to answer about what a specific diplomatic resolution might look like while we were in the process of negotiating that with the relevant parties.
Okay. Well, I got to try.
Yeah, I certainly don't mind you trying.